Welcome to another part of CTR Nitro-Fueled. This time we're doing the Grand Prix tracks. This is all of the additional tracks that were added in every few months, like every month actually, for a few months, up until like what, February or March of 2020, I believe, or 19. But yeah, like this is essentially everything that Beenox made and added into the game themselves for the Grand Prix event, which was an event where it was basically like a monthly event thing where you would essentially win a whole bunch of races and such, and you get enough of a thing going on, you get enough of that Nitro stuff going on, you unlock stuff, you unlock prizes. The biggest prize was usually a new car or character, I believe, and yeah, that's basically the main thing about it. I never participated in it because I kept myself away from Nitro-Fueled until, well, all this additional shit was over for the most part. And that meant that by the time that actually happened, the Grand Prix mode was basically over. Also, there's the Beenox crate. So, yeah, now we're at the forever post Grand Prix thing where the remaining stuff that was going to be added to the game has been added, mainly just Beenox stuff, Beenox skins and all of that. And yeah, for the most part, Grand Prix is just kind of donezo. I believe it's now just relegated as the multiplayer of this game, like the online multiplayer. It's nothing more, nothing less than just that. So yeah. However, I'm going to go ahead and just take care of all the tracks here. And they do all have their, you know, their trophies and their oxides and all that, as well as their Veloses and dev times. I'm not doing the Velos and dev time shit. It's not happening. But, at the very fucking least, I can, you know, take care of, you know, all the rest of the business by taking care of the remaining times here with trophy and oxide. And the thing is, once I complete all of this shit, there are rewards for completing basically all the time trial stuff. However, the rewards, they go from being something actually great, like a really good fucking reward for dealing with all this bullshit, to essentially just being cosmetics at the end of the day. Like, you get something that is a bit more, you know, useful in a way. You get something that you can actually utilize and actually matters in a sense, to essentially just a cosmetic that changes the color of your car or the skin of your character or fucking any of that kind of stuff that is less noticeable, really, during races and all, and it's quite honestly more boring to get. In fact, the thing for dev times, the big reward, essentially, the ultimate reward for dev times is just wheels. It's just the master wheels, it's called, and yeah, that's all you get for doing that. All you get is fucking tires. Like, that is, no joke, the worst reward out of any of these big challenges, you know? All you get is a fucking cosmetic. And not even a great cosmetic either. Some of these rides that you get in this game don't even have wheels. Also, I gotta say, Trophy, I used to call him Trophy, like, for a long time as a kid since Crash 3, but Trophy, I actually like him. I actually like Trophy. I find him to be a really enjoyable character. And I like his voice actor. I feel like his current voice actor right now is immensely fitting for this character. Like, it's awesome. Now, every time these Grand Prix happen, what would happen is that there would always be at least one track, one new character, one new car, at least a few new cars, and a whole bunch of other additional, you know, customization stuff like stickers and decals and color schemes and all of that. Nothing to really write home about, but yeah, it's just a whole bunch of that additional stuff, essentially. And that's cool. I mean, you can have your additional stuff you want, even though it's already done for microtransaction crap, which really fucking bites at me the hardest. However, getting new cars and characters and even tracks, that's the most important thing. That is the most important thing to really note here. The fact that you get new things like characters and cars. Stuff that is actually tangible and caring. You know, it's kind of similar to how people feel about Smash Bros. When a new character reveal happens. You don't give a shit about, you know, all the fucking, you know, sticker stuff and what have you. You don't care about all of the Mii costumes and all. You don't care about any of that. What you care about is the character reveal, and that's it. Hell, you might get, you know, a nice little level out of it too. Usually they're just kind of bland though. But for the most part, I mean, you care about the character and the reveal for it. It's the same thing. You don't really care about the fucking decals and the colors schemes and the stickers and shit. You don't give a shit about any of that. You care about what characters you're getting and what cars you're getting and what kind of level you're getting to. And, yeah, for our first one, Twilight Tour, I mean, it's okay to an extent. It is, it has some douchey moments, but for the most part, it's fine, honestly. Not the most fun level in the world, but it's fine. There's the time for it too. Next up is Prehistoric Playground. This one is less fine. It looks cool. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of basically fake crashes around, because, you know, prehistoric. So I obviously chose Fake Crash, because he fits here. There are characters here like Baby T-Rex that, you know, came in from this one too. I mean, Baby T-Rex would fit here too, because dinosaur. But when all of the tribesmen here are just Fake Crash, I mean, who was it gonna really pick here? So, yeah. This track is okay, I guess. It has some moments of just really not working right. I mean, this shit here, the geysers, I thought they were hazards. Now they can help you out a bit. They just rise up to the air, and they do count as a jump when you hit them. But yeah, they're not even that amazing. Also, the crate here is just kind of stupid. You have to go backwards in this one because it's inside a bone. And you have to do that thing again. I don't know why they keep doing that. I hate it. Anyway, this track for the most part is just really awkward to get a good start on, and then afterwards it's just hell from there. You want to keep that blue flame going for some of these shortcuts and such, like that one to my right there. It's going to be a shortcut you want to use. And yeah, there's some spots here that you can utilize to maneuver around and such. Eventually we'll see how I manage to get a decent path going for myself overall. But yeah, for the most part, I am a bit sloppy. And yeah, I was going to restart there because I didn't really want to lose my blue flame. But Trophy isn't being too much of an issue, so yeah, not a big problem there. Oh, that fucking shortcut though. That shortcut in its turn, I hate it. I hate it. I sincerely fucking hate it. It is a shit turn. It doesn't lead you in well for that boost or that jump there. It will mainly lead you into a fucking pit or wall when you try to do the slide turn for it and such. You have to time yourself very well and make sure you get that shit working just right for it. Also, I've noticed that when most people actually do this shit with any of these, almost all of them choose drift because acceleration, you know, it does wonders for a lot of these, but for a lot of people, drift does more for drift, so, you know, they're gonna choose drift. Even though the stats are almost identical. But, yeah, I'm very much just used to acceleration, and I'm not a pussy, you know? It says drift, but I don't trust in that really doing anything different for me, considering the stats are exactly the fucking same. So I don't think the drift thing, the turning, is going to be any different, unfortunately. I feel like it's just going to be maybe slightly tighter or slightly wider or something like that. Maybe the thing boosts up a little bit faster or what have you. But yeah, I don't find it worth it. Acceleration, I am fine with. And as you saw there, yeah, it's not a hazard. It just boosts you up into the air, which is fine, honestly. I don't mind it boosting me into the air like that. It's honestly just kind of neat. It can actually help you out a little bit on getting some, you know, continuous boost going on. You're better off using normal drifting, though, honestly. The AI and such will use it, and some players will as well, because it's kind of fun. Otherwise, it's just kind of meh. Also, Fake Crash's thing is just kind of weirdly laughing, and it kind of makes me feel uncomfortable, so I'm just going to skip it every time. But yeah, now it's time for the Oxide time, and in case you're wondering how to handle this, Blue Flame all the way. That's it. Don't lose your Blue Flame, or restart. That is gonna be a thing for a lot of these. It is just gonna be... You don't want to get bad. You want to get good at this game? You want to actually win here? Fucking do this or get fucked. So yeah, Blue Flame or get fucked. That is essentially the message here. If you want to win this one, if you want to actually beat Oxide in his time here, get good is the answer. And here's the thing. I want to make this very apparent. Get good was a thing that was essentially keyed by Dark Souls. You know, Dark Souls players and shit, they like to troll with that thing. It's a meme. Here's the thing. I know that when Insane Trilogy was happening, a lot of news sites and such were essentially calling Insane Trilogy the Dark Souls of its time and shit. No. It was never the Dark Souls of any time, really. It was fairly lenient and easy, and the skill level was also fair, mainly because it was advertised and marketed to kids, and kids mainly bought it. In fact, a lot of fans of Crash Bandicoot were kids back then when Crash 1, 2, 3, and all of that happened. We weren't like teens and adults, really. We were children. We were bought this by our parents, or we bought this ourselves with our own pocket money. And, you know, we essentially just played these games because it was marketed to us and it worked well, and it became a success because of it, because Crash was just a very enjoyable character to us. And, yeah, really when it came right down to it, this was a kid's game. So, kids aren't good at hard games, really? Like, even back then, even though I was decent at these sort of games back then, even I was rather shit at a lot of them, including Crash and such, but that didn't take long. I got that shit done in like seconds. Like, I got like 100% under like a fucking day even as a kid. Also, I beat Velaston, I believe, like a bit. Spiral Circuit, by the way. Spiral Circuit is it's not a like basic track. Also, I'm choosing a Spyro character for this. I'm choosing my boy Hunter. Also, I guess the game was just glitching up here because eventually, due to me just fucking keeping this on every day to record this shit day after day, just bit by bit to keep my own sanity and keep my thumb from not fucking breaking. I believe that what happened is that the audio done fucked up. And because of that, unfortunately, the boost is gone, and so are the menu sound effects. If I go into the menu now, no sound effects. Every other sound effect works, it's just boost sound effects are fucking gone. So yeah, enjoy that. The times here are also very fucking tight and dumb, and I hate them, because there's really no real shortcuts here. There's no, like, you know, ways to really boost through. It's not good. So unfortunately, because of that, it does mean that all of these are just not good. It's not a good track, guys. It's really not a good track. This one, I mean, it fits with how Spyro looks. They got the theme right, but they were obviously gonna get the fucking theme right. I feel like Toys for Bob had some doing with the design for this track, at least in the art department. But otherwise, yeah, this is just a trash track, honestly. In fact, about half the tracks here, I would say, I am never really going to like and want to play ever again, really, after I'm done with this. Like, if I were to come back and actually play this game for fun, I would avoid Spyro Circuit. I would just avoid this one completely. I do not find this enjoyable. I just think it's shit. I think the way that it's all laid out, some of its turns, and just how nothing it has, and also how bullshit these times are for the most part, considering how much nothing there is to really work with and, you know, make use of. It ultimately just makes this a very bleh track, and I just think if you're gonna add tracks into this game, like new tracks made by yourselves, for this whole Grand Prix thing, if you're gonna really market this shit well, you'd think you'd have better tracks, especially since this is supposed to be for Spyro. This is supposed to, you know, really, you know, bring Spyro into this, you know? Give some big ups to the Spyro fans. And you give the Spyro fans, honestly, one of the worst tracks of the whole of these fucking Grand Tour tracks. So, that's insulting to me, and I do not respect that. But then again, I lost respect for Beenox way before for a lot of fucking things already, so yeah. Also, I like Hunter, but his victory speech thing, I feel like the voice actor was either half-assed in it, or the direction was just really poor here, and I fucking hate it. I fucking hate how they did my boy dirty here, because these voice lines are honestly lame, all things considered. After I played the fucking Spyro game and heard Hunter's voice line shit in that one, they were much better than what they brought here. At the very least, Spyro's a bit better, but yeah. Oh god. So, the thing I want to bring up is, just because the reviewers called Insane Trilogy the Dark Souls of the fucking thing and all, we weren't taking that seriously, guys. No one took that quote seriously. We all laughed at it because it was fucking stupid. Like, it was not true in any fucking form. So why the fuck did you make this game hard? Why did you make this such a fucking hard game to try and one-up Insane Trilogy's difficulty, which wasn't that much, really, and make this such a pain in the fucking ass? Like, now you've gotten, like, you know, speedrunners and fans of Crash Bandicoot to literally adapt the Dark Souls meme of Get Good into their lives now. Why would you do that? Who asked for that? Seriously, this is not okay. This is not okay to make everyone think like it's a Dark Souls game. To think if people are like struggling and having a bad time because, oh, it's really fucked and hard and bullshit and glitchy and shit, then it's like, oh, get good, Like, no, don't fucking do that. Dark Souls made sense. This shit doesn't. Especially since it's marketed for kids. This is a game for fucking kids, really. So, kids are not gonna get good. Dark Souls made sense because it was not for kids. It was for adolescent teens and shit. And at that point, they had a brain. Kids, no. No. You shouldn't fucking... You should ease them in to, you know, get their skills up, which is what Crash did with Untitled Trilogy and such. But, yeah, like, this was just bad. Oh, by the way, Nina's Nightmare, it brought in Nina, which I appreciate. It also brought in Bria, which I really appreciate. However, I do not appreciate the voice actor change. I don't know what happened with Maurice, you know, because you had him for things like Titans and such, and he was honestly the best fucking Brio voice. He was the most fitting voice to me. Like, when I look at Brio, Maurice was the best. He was the king. But then you got rid of him. You didn't bring him back. And you have Tom Kenny, who voices Spyro here as well, to voice Brio. And you made Brio sound very flamboyant. You basically made him sound gay. In fact, the way he says some things, they are legitimately fucking gay. Like, watch, next time he says faster, hear him say it, okay? Listen to him say faster, alright? Because there's no way you can't tell me it's like it's not a stereotypical gay voice with the way it's fucking said, alright? There's no fucking way you can convince me it's not a stereotypical gay voice. It's so bad. Like, this shit's fine, but, oh god. Like, some of the lines, they don't work for Brio. They really do not work for Brio at all. They're bad. They're bad lines. And the thing is, for Crash 4, as I had found, they changed the voice actor again. So now it's Roger Craig Smith, who used to be the Sonic voice actor, the main Sonic voice. See? See? Oh my god! That is so fucking gay, mate! You could literally take Brio's faster line out of context so easily in the worst way. Like, in the absolute worst way. And I'm wondering if that was on purpose. There's no fucking way you would listen to that and think nothing's gonna go wrong from that. No one's gonna think otherwise with that line delivery that Tom did for Brio going faster. No way. No way in hell. Nah. Right, so Nina's Nightmare, I don't like it. It's, again, one of the bad tracks to me. Mainly because of the fucking 90-degree hallway turns at the near end of this fucking mansion. These turns suck. Like, this sort of shit here, where the turns are, like, too bullshit to work with CTR's controls and physics, which those turns 100% are. Those are the turns you would usually skip with a fucking shortcut, which you did here with another fence shortcut. But, But yeah, like... But here, it's just, no, this is bad. This is really fucking bad. And, yeah, I hate it. In fact, this is usually a turn I would see mainly in the C and K tracks, in the Nitro Kart tracks. So I'm gonna call these kinds of bullshit turns Nitro Kart turns. If I'm gonna call Nina's Nightmare a Nitro Kart track, honestly. Anyway, Koala Carnival I actually think is the best track to me. It is essentially this game's Excite Bike Arena from Mario Kart, where it's this big circuit area, this big oval circuit. It has a lot of jumps to it in the middle of it and all, and it's just incredibly fun and basic. And this is where all the tag team characters got the introduction. Well, almost all of them. I would say half, maybe. This is where, you know, our boy here, which I forgot his fucking name. Also, I'm gonna jump cut because I went to lap 3 to get this one. I forgot where it was. But yeah, Ebenezer Vaughn, I forgot his fucking name. I'm sorry. And Pasadena, you know, they get their introduction here. The chickens don't until, I believe, the next one. But yeah, tag team racing, a lot of their best characters really come into play in here and the next one, the next month of this whole Grand Prix stuff. And even though this is basic and easy, it's my favorite track because there's no bullshit. There's no issues on the track design. It's just a simple, fun, wide enough to not, you know, really be a problem with all the fucking droppables and such kind of track. It is essentially another Coco's Park, essentially. And if you think Coco Park is a bad track, you're wrong. You are wrong in every fucking way. Coco Park, having those basic tracks, you need in order to have a fun fucking racing game. You need basic tracks in order to have a good game. You want to have a good racing game. You can have your tough tracks too, but your basic tracks are where you can have the fun stuff. And this, I think, is where the fun stuff is. And yeah, I just think this is a great fucking track and I love it. I legitimately think it is awesome to play this, and also the music is awesome too. Especially when it gets faster, it literally like just becomes this crazy rock circus goofy fucking song, and I love it. So yeah, and this is all about speed too. Clutch, that's it. Ebenezer Von Clutch. Thank you for reminding me, dude. Anyway, the only shortcut here really is just those jumps there. You can easily avoid the flame. You don't have to touch them at all. And also taking the shorter jump because it's faster. Even though they all give you, like, you know, the big flame and all. The big speed. But, yeah, for the most part, I think this is a fantastic fucking track. Out of all of these, really, I think this is the best one. And, yeah, I'm glad this exists at least. It's also the easiest track in the game. But it's the most fun. And as long as it's the most fun, and, you know, it actually works to CTR's strengths, which this does, this is fine. I'm happy with this. It's just too fucking bad that Beenox just couldn't hold back from the bullshit anymore, you know? They gave us this nice, fun, you know, enjoyable track. It's easy as, yes, but it's enjoyable. That's the main thing. Not every fun track has to be a fucking claustrophobic nightmare. Oh, but then they had to bring in the next track. Then they had to bring in the next month. And ladies and gentlemen, if you thought things like Engine Labs or fucking, the mine level or Sewer Speedway were hard tracks. Oh, by the way, I even beat Vella's time here by complete accident. By like a 1.1 second, really. If you thought that those 3 tracks are bullshit, though, Gingerbread Joyride then enters the scene. And quite honestly, by the way, this is where the other tricks, this is where the tricks come in, so I chose them. This is also where another game characters come in, like Yaya Panda and like a deer character, which I believe was a mobile only thing. I didn't get them. I didn't buy them from the store, so I don't have them. Also, this crate here just fucking sucks. Yeah, it's not great. But there you go. There is one issue I want to bring up, however. These turns you're not going to see anymore from here on out. But the other issue is that, unfortunately, my Elgato kind of agrees with me in a way that this level sucks. I don't like this level at all. It is the most bullshit track in the fucking game. Mainly because of these shortcuts. That first shortcut, the fence there, sucks. And this next shortcut, yeah. Yeah, they both suck. They require the blue flame for the most part. And even then, you have to, you know, get rather lucky with the fence one. And with the other one, you have to, you know, do the tight turn for it. Or else, you have to get lucky for that one too. It sucks. And my Elgato, I feel like it felt my rage from this. It felt how much I hated this fucking track. And it just had the biggest freak out at one point. I believe it during lap 3. And not only did about a few seconds of footage get lost because of it, the audio died. Now, the audio was glitching up on me beforehand. I thought it was like an issue, and I thought to re-render it, because it seemed fine in the Elgato thing. But no, it was actually fucked here. Because as soon as we get to a certain point around here of lap 3, the video just dies. And so does the audio. You're not missing anything, though, considering I'm doing the exact same thing every time. However, I did miss my blue flame, so I had to go around the actual thing, which will be the last time you're ever going to see me going around that. But yeah, the audio is just dead for the rest of this, I'm afraid, and yeah, rip audio. Don't worry, we'll come back for the next one. But yeah, I like that. I like that the audio and the video just fucking dies because of this track. Only this track does this shit happen. I think that is fitting for how much I fucking hate Gingerbread Joyride. And I honestly believe that out of every fucking crash track in any of these racing games, out of every one of these, every fucking racing game, the mobile ones, the fucking handheld ones that I have yet to play, but I can already tell they're not going to be anywhere bad. The fucking tag team racing game, Nitro Kart, the original CTR stuff, and anything they've done to the Nitro Kart tracks and all the new shit they added to Nitro-Fueled. There is no other track harder and more bullshit than Gingerbread Joyride. I hate this track with every fiber of my fucking being. It is the worst fucking track in the damn game. Both of these shortcuts are bullshit. The track layout is bullshit. The way everything is laid out is bullshit. And it's all just sort of hallway-ish, but mainly just fucking Nitro Kart turns. It is more of this 90-degree fucking bullshit turn crap that requires really precise turning, really precise timing and turning, and luck too. And it's just, it's just fucked. It's all fucked. And yeah, I just really, really fucking hate this. There is nothing worse about any other track compared to this. This is the magnum opus of Beenox and their bullshit. This is the absolute limit that they've gone to on being the biggest cunts on this entire fucking game. And there's the time. Get the audio back up, please. Now doing Mega Mix Mania. And, by the way, only one character to introduce this month, Mega Mix, which is the first time I've ever heard or seen this guy. So, I didn't get him either, but I do have Geary in his Beenox suit. He looks like RoboCop, essentially. He looks like fucking RoboCop. So, I thought, yes, let's put RoboCop in Mad Max. What could go wrong? So here you go, everybody. Here's a fan fiction for you all. Fucking RoboCop in Mad Max. Oh hey, hell, Judge Dredd. How about Judge Dredd even? Let's more Judge Dredded even. I am the fucking law. Anyway, the box, if I was doing a normal race, there'd be a whole lineup of boxes here. And yeah, this one just blends in with that. So I find that kind of cute. Also, these explosives, yeah, they make this unique effect, which I kind of find cool. The track itself, however, I find it just kind of okay-ish. Like, I like the music, and the shortcuts are fine. The track itself is also fine. If you do the normal track itself, it works fine with the way this all is laid out. And I mean, it's fast. It can be challenging too. And yeah, there are some of those 90-degree turns again. Those nitro kart turns again. But the way they're laid out isn't too problematic. Because you'll usually end up going into a drift immediately anyway. And from there on, they give you enough leeway in order to make it work out. So I mean, that's fine. The main issue is going to really come down to the last track, however, because I feel like when it came to all these tracks, some of them were absolute bullshit, but I can tell there was some thought put into them at least. I could tell at the very fucking least they were thinking when it came to all these tracks, including fucking Gingerbread Joyride. Despite all my hatred, I can tell that they used their brain in that one at least. That there was some attempt at giving a shit on how it's laid out. And, even some playtesting to make sure that, at the very least, it was fair. The last track, I don't think they even fucking cared anymore. It's called Drive-Thru Danger, and I don't think they even gave a shit. Now, do I think it's one of the hardest tracks in the game? Yes. In fact, I am willing to even put this at either number 3 or 2 as one of the hardest. Like the second or third hardest track in all of these games. In all of these crash racing games. It is not up there with fucking Gingerbread Joyride, though. Because there is still some level of fairity, to an extent. Like, there's a little inch more of, like, less bullshit to it. But it's still not saving it. It's not gonna save it from, not being worse than the previous worst tracks that we've known of. Engine Labs, I can't believe I forgot the fucking mine one already. I can't believe I forgot the one with the mine cart. Like that one, even that one, Drive-Thru Danger and Gingerbread Joyride are worse than Dragon Mines. That's the name of it. Dragon Mines, I would honestly put at like maybe 4th or 5th even. Fucking Engine Labs, I would solely put on 5th. Honestly, I think it's just meh. But it depends on you, honestly. And yeah, I put Sewer Speedball on 3rd. I think that one is the most bullshit of the original Crash Team Racing games. But when it comes to Nitro-Fueled, Beenox gave us 2 tracks that, quite honestly, I fucking hate. I hate in every way. And are worse than every other track that we have gone before. Also, this shortcut here, I find it kind of cute. I mean, I didn't even notice it until the fucking computer did it, and once I did notice, I thought, okay, that is actually kind of funny. I'm okay with that shortcut existing. There you go. So, I don't have Velos, like actual Emperor Velos, but I do have the real Velos. So I chose real Velos for this last one, Drive Through Danger. This track, 100% a Nitro Kart track, in every fucking way of how it's designed. Also, this guy on the right there, he always talks something different when you start, and I find it kind of funny. And those little pads there, they activate different pads. They either activate the green pads or the orange pads. Either the burger or the pizza, essentially. Which I think that's cool. But then you give us this. And the first thing is this crate. And I've now gotten all the crates. So I've now gotten our boy, the Iron Checkpoint crate. This is the true character. This is the true fucking MLG character right here. The fucking real boy. He's the question mark, the TNT, the Nitro, that purple crate you slam on, and the fucking metal crate. He is the crate. He is the ultimate boy. They added this fucking character in because of a Reddit joke. And considering that they also made this game so fucking hard, I feel like Beenox doesn't know what a joke is, and they think every joke is a serious thing, like a serious request or challenge, because they're fucking brain dead. But you know what? I'll laugh at your crate at least. I will laugh at your fucking crate, and I will play as the crate in the next video. I will be crate. But I have no fucking, love for this track at all. This track sucks. Majority of these turns are a fucking mess. They are way too fucking tight for their own good. You would have to jump corners sometimes to take care of this shit. In fact, one of the shortcuts, which I didn't even notice at all until the computer did it himself, which is right there, I didn't even notice that was a shortcut. It doesn't look like a fucking shortcut at all, does it? It doesn't look like an actual shortcut to you. It looks like just like another gap, because there's gaps all over these fucking fence things. But no, that is a shortcut there. You do have to jump from there to get over across that. That is an actual fucking shortcut. That's a shortcut too, even. However, it's a lot more fucking dodgy. So I don't do it. But yeah, oh god, keeping the speed in this one. Keeping the blue flame in this one. The way the Oxide Ghost takes care of this, I fucking hate it. I feel like not even the fucking people who made this game, this whole entire track, the people who made these times, knew what the fuck they were doing with this. They just kind of winged it, and they got a bullshit bunch of times out of it, and they were like, this is okay, this is fine, there's no issues here, everything's okay, everything's fine, everything works, nothing's broken, nothing's on fire, put it in the fucking game. I fucking hate Beenox so much. I fucking hate them so fucking much for this track. And for fucking Gingerbread Joyride. And for these fucking times. So here's how you're supposed to handle this. Yeah! Fuck and you! Fuck you hard! If your way of handling the turn is to jump off the edge, do a quick fucking handbrake turn mid-air, and then continue on forward like that, that's a bad fucking turn, mate! your fucking track should not have to force players to make that kind of bullshit fucking turn. I don't know if you have noticed this yet. Not every fucking player who plays these fucking games wants to speedrun these games. Not every fucking person who plays a Crash game wants to beat dev times. Wants to fucking keep the blue flame going 24/7. Not every fucking player wants to perfect a fucking game. That's why when it came to the relics of CTR and all of that, they weren't utter dog shit. That's why when it came to the time trials of CTR, they were hard, yes, but they were hard to the fucking game's strengths, and only a small handful of tracks, like a small handful of fucking tracks, were actually bad on those fucking strengths. They went for their weaknesses instead. But they fucking worked still. However, with Grand Prix tracks, with this fucking game, maybe half of your tracks work okay or work good, and the other half are shit, or are utter fucking abysmal bastard tracks that they end up being the hardest tracks in the entire game for the wrong fucking reasons. So yeah, fuck these tracks, fuck the velo times, and honestly, fuck time trial. I'm done. I've done what I need to fucking do. So that's all of time trial done. We're not done yet though, because I have to do an achievement next, which is doing all of the CTR and CNK tracks as races and win in all of them. Which, as I went to do the last CNK track, Hyperspaceway, guess what I unlocked for doing all those time trials? I got Oxide's decal, which is being Oxide's times, and I got the Champion decal for being not fucking Trophies times. All of them. All of them. CTR, CNK, and the Grand Prix tracks. For doing all of that, I got the Champion car. That is the best fucking reward you could give me. And the other rewards are decals, and the dev reward is a fucking tire.
No. No. Never. Do not. Fuck you.
Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump cut to me just doing a race with this fucking guy with all of these new things and such. No stickers, by the way. I decided to choose a Crash sticker for this one. So I unlocked our Crate Boy's first skin, you know, his question mark. That's what I need right now. But after that, I then remember, oh yeah, those last two tracks, the bonus tracks that I did in Adventure Mode, those were only relic runs. There were no races. I did them as races, and I got that achievement right there. And there you go. So, that's gonna do it there. But we're not done yet because relics exist. And guess what? Even though all the relics I've done when it came to the CTR tracks from Adventure Mode, they're kept, everything else has their own. And the thing is, when it comes to the ones that haven't changed with Nitro Kart, I'm not doing them because there are relic runs in Nitro Kart. I'll do them there. And as for Retro Stadium, it is the same as Turbo Stadium. Fuck you. But for everything else, for the changed Nitro Kart tracks and all of these Grand Prix tracks, next time, we're doing the Platinum Relics for those. I wanna fucking die! Huzzah! Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.